Yeah, so hello everyone. Welcome to today's session and welcome to the Africinnovate Bootcamp. So this is our very first blockchain bootcamp. And so the idea was for us to have it either physical or virtual. So and that was dependent on the number of people that showed interest in the physical event or the virtual event. So as it is right now, we're starting off with the virtual event. And then we are going live right now because we know that quite some number of people might miss some of the sessions, and to avoid questions of was it recorded and stuff like that. So I've decided to go live and put it on YouTube so that you can have a record of it anytime you want to watch any of the sessions that you probably miss. So what's our goal for this particular bootcamp? So basically our goal is to help onboard more people into the blockchain space for people that probably have had it in mind to learn about the blockchain for a while now. So the goal is for them to take their very first step in building decentralized applications, learning about Web3, learning about blockchain. And to do this, we've come up with a minimalistic curriculum that is going to help you get started. And without talking too much, I'm going to be sharing my screen so that I get to see um what that curriculum is going to look like. Yeah. Let me do that right now. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can, please can you drop it in the comment section so that we know that you are following along. All right, all right. Mm, okay. Dami, please, can you give me I don't know if I would need to share my screen. I'm not really seeing the icon right now. I'm not sure what you selected. My face is the only thing showing on the screen. No, on the StreamYard. No, are you doing that? Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the presents. I'm not really sure what happened earlier. Okay, I'm sure you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. All right. So basically, for this bootcamp, we plan to do so. This is an 8 weeks bootcamp, and the goal is for us to be able to cover as many things as we can within this short period of time. So we plan first of all in week one to introduce you to blockchain. We are going to be having different facilitators come and take you in these sessions. And then as part of what you're going to learn is general basics about the blockchain, the history of the blockchain, and so specifically, because we have so many blockchain, this bootcamp is going to be focused on the Ethereum blockchain. And for that, we are going to be looking at the history of the blockchain itself generally, and then what account, transaction, gas, and all of that looks like when we're talking about the Ethereum blockchain. We're also going to be talking about consensus mechanisms, all the different mechanisms that are out there. And we're going to explore some other concepts within the blockchain space, like things you probably must have heard of, like DeFi, NFTs, DAO, layer twos, and all of that. And for the hands-on session, this is where you get to like get your hands dirty by doing some task that we assigned to you by your facilitator. Then in week 2, we are going to be going a little bit deep dive into cryptography, blockchain security, and blockchain development tools. So some of the tools that you are going to expect or that you should be expecting when building on the blockchain space, you are going to be exposed to some of those tools. And for week 3, we are planning to also introduce to smart contract development because at the end of the day, after having this general knowledge of the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, the next thing you want to do, because this is a developer focused bootcamp. So this is blockchain developers bootcamp. So if you want to do something other than development, you probably want to end your class in week 2. So if maybe you just want to have general knowledge of what blockchain is, your class might end in week 2. But if you want to go into development, or let's say you're already a developer and you want to add blockchain development to your skill sets, then you will be able to like continue from week 3 down to the end of the week 8 bootcamp. So for week 3, we're going to be introducing you to Solidity. Solidity itself. So Solidity is a smart contract language for writing smart contracts in the EVM blockchain. And then we're going to be looking at different concepts in Solidity, as well as testing and security, everything you need to know about writing smart contracts with Solidity and all that. And then week 7, we're going to be looking at creating dApps. So you probably must have heard of dApps, that decentralized application. So you'll be writing your first decentralized app. So now this is not just writing smart contracts. So it's one thing to write smart contracts, another thing to be able to like interact with the smart contract you have written. Just like in the Web 2 space, we talk about front end and back end. So for front end, you write you do your normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all of that. And then backend, most of the time you say that it's like the brain or the logic of the application itself. So, and at the end of the day, you have to like bring these two things together to have a solid application. And that's what you do when talking about decentralized application. So the blockchain is more or less like your backend, your storage, and all those stuff. And then the front end, you can choose whatever front end framework you are familiar with to work with. So in that case, that's where we now start talking about interacting with the blockchain. And that's where the dApps now comes in. And for that, you're going to be introduced to maybe how to set up your MetaMask, how to interact, event listening, handling, how to write the smart contracts, which we are going to cover in other weeks. Then in week 7, how you can now interact with these smart contracts that you have written. So that's what you do. That's what we are going to be doing in week 7. And hopefully, if we're able to finish that in week 7, fine. But if for whatever reason it extends to week 8, so that should be wrapping up. We should be wrapping that up in week 8, and then you're also going to be going into your final project. So these are just like project ideas, they are not finalized. You're also free to come up with your own project idea at this stage. And yeah, so that's pretty much what we plan to cover for the blockchain and by way of introduction, I know a very bad introduction. So first off, I'm Glory, and I'm one of the co-founders of Africinnovate. So Africinnovate is a training institution and co-working space hub. So what we do, we train people in different technical skills. But this particular bootcamp is a free bootcamp. We do paid programs though, but this bootcamp is free for everyone. So, and it's more of the reason we're even mostly focused on making it virtual, because we know a lot of people that are registered, they are not even residents where we have our physical office. So it makes sense to have it virtual. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if anybody in this call have any question, anything you're not clear on, and anything, any concern. But meanwhile, before we go into that, we are planning to have this workshop or this boot camp twice weekly. So we're looking at having it on Wednesdays and on Saturdays, 7 p.m. GMT plus one, because I know we have somebody here that's not in Nigeria. So we need to make that clear so that you don't miss the time. But thankfully, we are going to try our best to run these sessions live on YouTube, just like we're doing right now, so that if anybody, for whatever reason, miss any of the session, they can always go back and watch. And as the class proceed, we are going to be sharing the materials, the curriculum, and in the curriculum there are some resources that we're going to be adding to it, like you can see in this one I'm sharing right now. So there are some resources that you can also go check out and do some deep dive on your own. So one thing I should let you know is that all of these things, there are quite a lot of things to learn even in 8 weeks. So to do yourself some good is for you to do your own research. Like, so the tutors, the mentors in this boot camp, they are just going to be there to guide you, to help you. Like, they are not holding your hand per se, but they're just here to help you, like show you what's and what you need to do. And if you have any questions, you just so that you have somebody that you can ask. So it's not like they're going to teach you everything, but they are going to teach you the necessary things you need to know to get started in such a way that you can become independent on your own while learning and moving forward with whatever you're going to be taught in the class. So yeah, Dami, I don't know if you're about to say something before. Uh, Yes. Okay. Yeah, we'll be sharing that information as well. I don't know, Dami, if you have that link ready, maybe the Discord, the African Level Discord. So we are going to be creating a channel for this particular bootcamp on the Discord so that every communication and conversation concerning this bootcamp can be happening there on that channel. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, but you can quickly share let them start with the African Away Discord. So you can share the Discord with them. So later on, when you create the channel, they can join the channel. So you can drop the link to the Discord on the comments so that they can see it. Any other person have any question? Okay. You can still do it too on YouTube because we are also live. So some people might not be here right now. So it's be good for them to see the link there as well. So do we have any question? Or are there things that you were expecting that I probably didn't mention as per what we are planning to do for the bootcamp? Okay, so I think I skip this. So maybe for the few of us that are live right now, can we just do a little introduction? I think I've introduced myself. So let me get to know some of you that are here, at least before we probably end this session, if we don't have any other question. So please, can you kindly introduce yourself, everyone in the meeting? So Dan will probably be starting with you. Okay, Ubon, can you introduce yourself? All right, thank you for the introduction. So when you say intermediate blockchain, should I say developer? Okay, so God, I wanted to ask, like, if you have done smart contract development before, deployed, interact. Okay. All right. So, like, how long have you been in this space now?
For
In the blockchain space?
okay, for in the blockchain space.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you hear me,
Yeah, I can
please?
hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. You can go on. All right. So,
Yes, I'm here, please. Oh, I think I'm done, but she was trying to ask me a question which I wasn't clear about. Yes.
okay. So I was asking, how long have you been in the blockchain space?
Oh, that is 3 years wrapping. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice.
Mm.
Michelle, can you please introduce yourself? Okay. So while you're waiting for Michelle, we'll call Eunice. Can you introduce yourself? Okay. Gaspar, can you go?
Can you hear me? So my name is I'm a front end developer and a blockchain developer. Currently into the blockchain since last year. No, yeah, last and actually been good and thriving.
All right. Okay,
Anybody?
so yeah, yeah. So thank you very much for the introduction. So for those that please do listen, hopefully we get to hear from you in a subsequent session. So basically, like I said, we're going to be having these sessions twice in a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we're going to be scheduling sessions and adding it to the Luma platform so that you also get notified whenever we are having these sessions. And then also invite you with the email registering for the event so that your Google Calendar can send you a notification when it's time for the meeting. I hope 7 p.m. GMT plus one is a good time for most of us for this session. And Gospel for being one of the facilitators for the session. But some of our other facilitators are not here right now. And hopefully, I might also be facilitating one or two of the sessions as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this orientation. In the absence of no question, I think we can pretty much call it a day for today, and hope to see you guys on Wednesday when the bootcamp will kickstart fully. So, Dami, you can continue from there. Yeah, I said you can continue from there. I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think? Yeah, I can hear you clearly now. On yeah, yeah, wait. Yeah, I can hear you now. So, Damla, you want me to expatiate on what?
Okay, so what Dami said is let's talk about the system requirements that we need for the next session.
My yeah, repeating yourself two times. So that's like it's because of you're repeating your sound is repeating two times.
Okay. My mic is off right now.
Equally.
I'm off my mic on Google Meet, so if you're on YouTube, I guess you can hear me. So Dami was asking, what are the system requirements? What should the students be expecting? What should they prepare ahead for the very first session that we're going to be having? Well, Ufot, please, can you put off your mic? It looks like where you are is quite noisy. Okay, so like I said earlier, I think going forward to avoid all these complications in communication, we'll just be focusing on YouTube. So I'll be using the StreamYard to communicate, or the facilitators will be using the StreamYard to communicate why the students can join on YouTube to avoid the echoing and all those feedback. And I think basically to answer the question of what system requirements and all those things you are going to need. For now, you shouldn't really bother about that because the first 2 weeks of this session is mostly going to be theoretical theories, like learning more about the blockchain, theoretically speaking. So we're not really like answering writing code yet. So maybe at the end of week 2, we can start talking about system requirements, or at the end of week 1, entering week 2. So for now, don't worry yourself over that. But just have a good laptop. That's all I can say. And some basic knowledge of programming, like we initially added in the application. It's also going to be very much helpful. So that is something you should look out for. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we don't have to keep you guys here for too long. We'll be ending this meeting now. And like I said, we'll see you on Wednesday. And you will get the links, all the necessary links you need to get started or to join the community where you can ask any other questions that you have. So I think that'll be all for now. And thank you very much, guys, for joining.